The Dallas Cowboys made headlines in the 2026 NFL Draft by prioritizing their defensive needs, and all eyes are on the decisions that could reshape their roster. Team owner and general manager Jerry Jones was on a mission to equip new defensive coordinator Christian Parker with the tools necessary to revamp the Cowboys' defense. And he didn't hold back in his selections. From the outset, Caleb Downs was a name that generated buzz. He was projected as a top 3 pick at one point. But the Cowboys made a polarizing choice by opting for Malachi Lawrence in the first round instead. This decision raised eyebrows, but it is the 4th-round pick, Devin Moore, that has sparked serious debate among NFL insiders. An anonymous executive voiced concerns about Moore's durability, stating bluntly that his injury history could hinder his longevity in the league. The defense was a sore spot, and they addressed a lot of pieces, the executive noted. Devin Moore's injury history is concerning. He will not have a long career. But if you're going to take a risk, take it with a talented guy at a premium position that gets heavily paid in the market. If you get a starter or even a third corner, that is worth it. Now let's break this down. Talent-wise, Moore is an NFL-caliber player without question. He possesses the physical attributes needed to excel at the cornerback position. However, his collegiate career has been marred by significant injuries, including shoulder, back, and groin issues, which have limited his playing time and even impacted his draft process. With another promising young cornerback like Siobhan Revel Jr. already on the roster, the Cowboys might feel they can take a calculated risk with Moore. But there's a critical aspect to consider: the doubts surrounding his ability to stay healthy. The fact that there are concerns from league insiders about Moore's durability before he even steps onto the field should raise alarms for the Cowboys, especially when they're investing in a position that can make or break games. The NFL is a league that thrives on the presence of elite talent, and when healthy, Moore possesses Pro Bowl potential. However, the real question remains: will he be able to consistently stay on the field? For a franchise with championship aspirations, relying on a player known for his injury struggles could be a gamble that might not pay off. As we look at the Cowboys' draft strategy, it's clear that while they're making strides to shore up their defense, they must also tread carefully. They have to ensure that each pick not only brings talent, but also the reliability that is crucial for a successful season. With the stakes higher than ever, every decision counts. Now, let's transition to our next segment, where we'll dive deeper into another key decision the Cowboys made in the draft. Stay tuned.
As the offseason continues, Dallas Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens has finally signed his franchise tag, a move that comes just in time as the team gears up for the upcoming season. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer's comments over the weekend reflect a sense of optimism and expectation about Pickens' future with the franchise, indicating that he sees the receiver as an integral part of the team through at least the 2026 season. Schottenheimer was quite emphatic when discussing Pickens' potential. He stated, "Where he can continue to go and grow is scary, because what he did last year was amazing." Those words resonate deeply. Pickens showed last season that he's not just another player on the roster, he's a game changer. With 93 receptions, ranking him 8th in the NFL, and an impressive 1,429 receiving yards, placing him 3rd in that category, he's proven that he can be relied upon in crucial moments. Not to mention, his 9 touchdown catches tied him for 8th overall. It's hard to argue against Schottenheimer's assertion that Pickens is among the elite players on this team, standing shoulder to shoulder with the Cowboys' other stars. Yet, as fans, we must keep our ears to the ground. There have been murmurs about the possibility of Pickens being traded this offseason. However, with the signing of the franchise tag, valued at approximately $27.3 million, those rumors seem to have quieted for now. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio suggests that this move signals Pickens' commitment to the Cowboys for the upcoming season. And let's be real, a player of Pickens' caliber wanting to stay with the Cowboys is a win for the organization and fans alike. Schottenheimer also shed light on the communication between the coaching staff and Pickens throughout the offseason, noting that it has been great. While he acknowledged that the current portion of the offseason program is voluntary, there's an underlying current of excitement about what Pickens can contribute once he returns to the field. The coach mentioned, "I'm looking forward to seeing him back and around whenever he gets here." This sentiment echoes the hopes of many fans who are eager to see how Pickens continues to develop and contribute to the team. Yet, we must tread carefully. While Schottenheimer's optimism is encouraging, the reality is that things can change in the blink of an eye in the NFL. A player could theoretically stage an unofficial hold-in, opting not to fully engage in mandatory minicamp practices as a protest. But the tone from Schottenheimer is clear. There's a belief that Pickens is focused on playing a significant role for the Cowboys while on the franchise tag. As we continue to analyze the situation, it's crucial to keep an eye on the dynamics within the team and any potential shifts in Pickens' stance. The Cowboys have a lot riding on the season, and having a top-tier player like George Pickens fully committed and engaged could be the difference between success and failure. As we move forward, the anticipation of how this plays out will undoubtedly keep fans on their toes. Where are you watching from? Drop your thoughts in the comments. How do you see Pickens fitting into the Cowboys' plans for the season? And as we wrap up this segment, let's keep the conversation going. Next, we'll dive into another critical aspect of the Cowboys' offseason strategy. What a roller coaster of a draft it has been for the Dallas Cowboys. With the selection of Devin Moore, the cornerback out of Florida, the Cowboys may have snagged a player whose potential could rival the best in the league. If, and this is a big if, he can stay on the field. It's a classic case of talent colliding with injury history, and Cowboys fans are left questioning whether this gamble will pay off. Moore, a fourth-round pick, slipped down the draft board due to a checkered history of health struggles during his collegiate career. In total, he missed 20 games at Florida, a statistic that raises eyebrows and concerns. Sure, he had his healthiest season in 2025, missing just one game, but that seems to be the exception rather than the rule. Injuries plagued him in 2022, where he sat out 8 games due to a left shoulder injury. Fast forward to 2023, and he was sidelined for 5 games with a back injury and concussion. Then, 2024 saw him miss 6 more games because of an AC joint injury in his right shoulder. It's a troubling trend, and you can't help but wonder if this is a risk the Cowboys can afford to take. But let's talk about the silver lining here. The Cowboys are in dire need of talent in their cornerback room. While the safety position has seen significant upgrades with Caleb Downs and Jalen Thompson, the corners still leave much to be desired. Darren Bland has been the best cover corner on the roster, but he too has had his own injury issues over the last couple of seasons. The recent signing of Kobe Durant looks promising, especially after his strong playoff performance with the Rams, yet it feels like a patch rather than a solution. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. Siobhan Revel's return from a torn ACL has been underwhelming. He hasn't looked anywhere close to his pre-injury form, and that opens the door for Moore to potentially claim significant playing time. If he can demonstrate that his impressive 4.5 speed translates to the NFL, we could be looking at a player who could truly elevate this defensive unit. The Cowboys' defense has improved since last year, but they are indeed taking a risk with their cornerbacks and their extensive injury histories. The addition of Christian Parker to oversee the defense is another ray of hope. His proven track record in developing defensive backs during his stints in Denver and Philadelphia speaks volumes. With Parker at the helm, there's renewed optimism that Moore could harness his height and athleticism effectively. Will McClay's insights into Moore's potential only bolster that belief? However, skepticism remains. While some analysts believe Moore has the attributes to become a solid contributor, others are understandably hesitant, given his injury background. It's a 50-50 split among pundits, and honestly, who can blame them? The Cowboys have had their share of injury woes in recent years, and every fan knows how quickly a promising season can derail. As we look ahead to training camp, the burning question remains, can Moore stay healthy and secure his spot as a starter? The encouraging news is that while he's had plenty of minor injuries, he hasn't faced a major one that could derail his career. If he can navigate the off-season program without setbacks, I wouldn't be surprised to see him lined up as a starter come week 1, potentially alongside Caleb Downs in the nickel formation. Now, with all the off-season drama seemingly settling down, thanks in part to George Pickens signing his tag, there's a sense that Jerry Jones is finally making proactive moves to improve this team without dragging things out. It's refreshing, to say the least. So, Cowboys fans, where are you watching from? What do you think about the potential impact of Devin Moore on our secondary? Is he the answer to our cornerback woes? Or are we setting ourselves up for disappointment? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest insights and updates. Together, let's keep the conversation going about our beloved Dallas Cowboys as we gear up for what promises to be an exciting season ahead.